a lengthy presentation, but it's extremely important that you guys actually pay attention. So to test whether or not you're attentive tonight, every now and then Matt and I are going to say, be what? Be. Okay, so just pay attention. If I ever catch you guys not saying it, well, JK. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure I know how this works. Awesome. Okay, so I told you what my name is. My name is Chelsea. I am the SRC VP Academic. So in terms of what I can do for you, what my role is, well, I have 5 divisional and school senators. So you guys are Biz Education. Your education senator is right here with me today. Her name is Alessandra. Business, you also have a senator. His name is Joel. And so each division and school has their own divisional senator. And in terms of what we offer for you guys, we offer, ears, we offer you, the primary liaison between yourself, faculty, and administration. So if ever at any point you have any questions about the academic calendar, sessional dates, academic integrity, anything that's relatively related to the academic field of our school, we have the answer for you, and we would be more than happy to give you that answer. So aside from that, we also, is this one thing? Okay. Okay. So in terms of, we also address all of your concerns. So if you have any concerns about actually what the academic calendar is, what can we find in it, if you have questions about, plagiarism, if you have questions about appealing a grade, appealing some kind of announcement towards anything in your academic field, you can come to us and we'll explain to you all the procedures, all the steps, and we'll definitely be there for you every step of the way. Your SRC team, academic team, also holds a series of events or seminars or really great academic opportunities for you guys throughout the year. So your senators will put on a wine and cheese. That's a really great opportunity for you guys to go social network with people in your program, but not just people, students, but also your professors, administration, your dean, and your senator might even invite people from the community to come and talk to you guys. So it's a great opportunity for you to actually network, and then maybe something awesome will come from that. Maybe you'll get a good CV recommendation, maybe you'll get an awesome job, who knows. It's just make sure you go out to these kinds of events, because not only does it really enhance your bishop's experience, but it also enhances your academic experience, and just overall just makes you a really well-rounded student. So if you are interested in learning about those events, be sure to check out our BU SRC website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Bishop's SRC. We frequently post tutorials, we post videos advertising for all kinds of fun stuff. Follow our Twitter account, take a picture of your new friend selfie today, and hashtag UFrosh2014. Okay, so you heard me mention the academic calendar. Well, what is the academic calendar? Raise your hand if you know. Okay, be what? Be. Awesome. Okay, so the academic calendar includes your program requirements. That's incredibly important. Why? Because you want to graduate. And to graduate, you need to make sure that you have all of your program requirements, you've reached your credit capacity. So be sure to read that. If you're going to listen to anything I say tonight, be what? Be. You have to listen to me when I say to read your academic calendar, because it includes all of your program requirements, but it also includes the university regulations. So it outlines what academic integrity is. Raise your hand if you know what academic integrity is, or academic dishonesty. So you're going to be hearing a lot about this week, so I'm not going to talk about it too much, but it's just basically when you use another person's work without properly citing or referencing it. And if you do that, you can receive very serious repercussions. You can either receive a 0 on that project, you can receive a 0 in the course. In really serious circumstances, you can be expelled from the school or removed from the course, and it'll actually be on your permanent record. So the repercussions are serious, they're severe. You guys all have beautiful minds, you have the capacity to write beautiful work, so really guys, just don't do it. Listen to that as well. Academic calendar is important, but this stuff is really important as well. So another thing you can read about in our academic calendar is in terms of appealing grades. So if ever you feel like you've experienced some kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? academic unfairness, or you feel like you weren't rightly graded, or you feel like you were accused of plagiarism and you weren't, there's a procedure to go about addressing and appealing those circumstances. There's a series of steps. You can read about them in this document. It's available on our school website, but it's also important for you to come see us. Our door is always open. It's an open door policy. So if you have questions, I really strongly encourage you to come and say, hey, Chelsea, do you mind if I talk to you in person? So we'll shut the door, we'll go over everything, and it's completely confidential as well. Okay, let's click Be what?
Be you.
Okay, great. So Matt's also going to be going over your rights and responsibilities as students, but you guys also have rights and responsibilities as students in the academic sector. So, I'm sorry I don't know these by heart, so I'm going to be reading the PowerPoint slides. So this is all available in Article 2 in the Academic Rights and Responsibilities. This is available on the school website, so go search Academic Rights and Responsibilities and you'll get this document for you. Okay, so responsibilities. Attending lectures. That's kind of important. You have to listen attentively. You're responsible to be aware and you're responsible to respond to be aware of and respond to academic honesty. You have the responsibility to develop your English proficiency. In terms of some important rights, you have a right to receive your program information. So your teacher is going to be giving you a syllabus and that outlines everything that you'll be seeing throughout the year. And then they're actually responsible to actually follow that. And if they're going to change it, then they need to consult you guys. So be sure that you're aware of these rights in case you come across any challenges throughout the year. Another one, you have the right to be notified of administrative decisions at the earliest possible date. You have the right to be judged fairly, you have the right to review your work with the instructor, and you have the right to ownerships of your own intellectual property, not the intellectual property of other people. Does this sound clear to you guys? Raise your hand. Be what?
Be you.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so sessional dates. These dates are really important dates. These dates are dates that you should know, and they're dates that you should probably look out for. So, last day to add, drop, or change sections of your fall semester. Friday, September 12th. So you guys have already signed up for your courses. You have not attended those classes yet, but if ever you find yourself wanting to add or drop a certain course, you can add and drop that course by September 12th and you will be refunded that money. So the difference between last day to add, drop, and last day to drop with permission, that's when you will not be refunded the money for that course if you drop that course after this date. So you guys understand that distinction? Raise your hand. Be what?
You.
Great. Okay, so fall semester examinations begin. Are you guys excited about that already? Because I am. Woo! Be what?
You.
Okay, enthusiasm, guys, come on. Okay, so, during the fall semester examinations, make sure that you guys be aware of this. Prepare ahead of time. You don't want to be, living in the library 24/7. You don't want to feel stressed out. Thinking ahead and planning ahead really helps yourself in terms of your own mental health while you're studying, and it actually just makes you feel more prepared during examinations. Fall semester examinations end Friday, September 12th. Do you guys know what that means? You get to go home.
Whoa.
Can I hear some noise in the crowd, please? Can I hear a boo because you need to leave Bishops? Boo. Not cool. Okay, academic advising. So if ever at some point you have questions about your own program, or you're not quite sure where you want to go with it, or you're not quite sure, you just want some advising. You can always come and just on a personal level ask some personal questions to your senator. I know for my first year, I had some questions about the education program. And so I went and I spoke to Alessandra because she was the senator at the time as well. And I just kind of vented to her about, I don't know about this class and I don't know what's going to happen. And she just kind of reassured me. It's really good to have another student say, look man, it's going to be okay. Okay, so if you want some personal reassurance, just go see the center, go see your friends. But if you have any questions about academic advising in general, Visit your chair. So education, your chair's right here. And so if you ever have any questions, you can go and make an appointment with Trevor Gulliver, and he will be more than happy to go over any questions that you may have. Business, you guys have the awesome opportunity to have your own academic advisor. So is Charlene in the audience today? I don't believe I saw her. But you can definitely make an appointment with her. Drop by her office and make an appointment, and she will definitely be more than happy to advise you in any way that you guys like. So career and leadership development. Who here has ever, at some point in their life, ever was like, I have no idea what I want to do? Me, still today, actually. So sometimes it's really great to just go see somebody if you have questions about, like, hey, am I going in the right direction? Am I a whole major? Should I change? What kind of career path am I heading towards? Nathanielle Pedezzi, she'd be more than happy to kind of contribute to that. Matt's going to be going over this a bit more in the future. Student success coaching. So this is a really great opportunity for you guys, not only to develop your leadership, but also your ability as a student just to kind of, get a better handle on everything. And Diane Wood is also in the audience. So she's the person that you'll go see if you're interested in kind of developing your student ability as a student. So some of the opportunities she offers you is improving time management, learning to set priorities, developing motivation, overcoming procrastination, something we all need to do, eliminating distractions and reducing stress. Be what?
Be you.
Great. So that's another offer. Academic clubs. So many of our students at Bishop's get involved in clubs. It not only enhances your Bishop's experience, but also really develops amazing opportunities for you to develop and create a better CV for the future. You develop great experiences, you make new friends, you have fun. Does that sound like a really awesome combination? Yes, it does. Okay, so Wednesday, be sure to stop by in the tent behind Dewey's. We're going to have all the clubs lined up, both social and academic. So be sure to sign up, give them your information, they're going to be in touch with you. We always repeat how great and important it is for Bishop students to get involved. And I'm going to repeat that a lot tonight, and I'm going to repeat it today, and then throughout the week as well. So who to contact? If you are interested in joining a club and you don't get the chance to go to club day, or if you're actually interested in starting your own club, which is really awesome, you can just contact me if it's an academic club, or you can contact Mike Thomas, the VP Social, if it's a social club. My office is sub 118, so you'll be visiting that throughout the campus tours tomorrow, and I would be more than happy to go over anything with you guys. Be what?
Be you.
Great. Okay, so since I mentioned tomorrow's tours, so this is how it's going to be playing out. Tomorrow, your leaders are going to be texting you saying, hey guys, so the campus tours are today. Let's meet up in this location. I'll help you find your table. So everything's divided for you. Everything will have a number. These table numbers are going to be displayed on the tables. So if you don't remember it today, it's definitely going to be illustrated pretty clearly tomorrow. But just to get you guys ahead of schedule, for business, take a note. Although we divided it by concentration, it's not going to make any difference for the tours. It's just for simplicity's sake and making some sort of distinction. So just take it as general interest. If you think you're going to be pursuing marketing, maybe go ahead and just follow the marketing group. It really makes no difference. So take a note of your table, whip out those cellular phones and maybe snap a photo of this. Education is the same thing. So be what?
Be you.
Great. Raise your hand if it's pretty clear right now. If you have questions, I'll be here afterwards, so be sure to come and stop and ask me any of your questions or concerns. Let's see. Oh, that's not you guys. Okay, so now I'm going to be inviting your principal, Michael Goldblum, onto the stage, and he's going to address you guys. This is really great that you guys actually get to hear from your actual principal. Big schools don't usually have that awesome opportunity. So let's not disappoint him. Give him a very welcome introduction.
Thanks. Morning, everybody. How the first couple of days going? Good? Good. As you get older, sometimes it's harder to remember things. So I said, you know what, why don't I think of 3 C's? So I thought I'd talk to you about 3 words starting with C that maybe will be a bit of an introduction to the university and to who we are and who we want to be. So I thought of community, courage, and I'll think of the 3rd C in a moment. It'll come to me, I'm sure. So community. Some of you may have heard, I think was it Saturday night when I met with some of the students and residents, that I said that Bishop is, we're 170 years old, and you may look around and see some old buildings and think that the place has been here for a long time. It must know clearly who it is. And to some extent that's true. But it's also true that every new generation of students will decide what Bishop's is. So, as of now, you are the university. You will define who we are, both for yourselves and for each other, but also for how the world sees us. And, I was talking to several parents on Saturday, and a couple of them with a little bit of trepidation said to me, I hear that Bishop's is a party school. And, it's not the first time I've heard that. And, I just wanted to address that with you this morning. What I said to the parents who said that to me was, you need to understand that in a small community like Lennoxville, the borough that we're in, and in Sherbrooke, but particularly in Lennoxville, if there's someone who looks like they're someplace between 18 and 22 years old, you can pretty much assume that they are most likely a Bishop student, maybe a Champlain student, but that's it. Whereas in downtown Montreal, or downtown Toronto, or downtown Vancouver, or Calgary, or many other major cities in Canada, you can't know whether the student is from McGill, Concordia, UQAM, one of the CEGEPs, or, you can go across the country, Simon Fraser and UBC, or, even in Halifax, there are more universities than obviously we have here. So in that regard, anything that any one of us does is attributed to Bishops. So whether you're wearing purple or not, you are going to be identified with this university, and therefore you're going to help shape what its reputation is. So the thing about the party school, there was a study, was it in, I can't remember if it was the Globe or I think it was the Globe, where students were pulled across the country, and we finished first in a category which was, I think it was like study and social balance. That our students felt we struck a better balance in terms of the academic side of our lives here and the social side of our lives than any other university in the country. I think that's fabulous. And if that's part of what is being a party school, then that's great. And obviously, because we are a residential campus, where many of us live on the campus, most of us live either on the campus or very near to it and live in this community. The social aspect of our lives together is really important. And the other positive part for me about the party school piece is, for those of you who aren't from here, you're quickly going to find out that there are not that many places in Lennoxville where you can pay to entertain, to be entertained, right? We don't have a movie theater. We've got one bar, basically. So what does that mean at Bishop's? It means that our students end up being much more creative in terms of finding ways to entertain each other and themselves. So I think out of that, in some ways, lack of resources comes a creativity, which is part of what makes this such a special place. That we spend time together and we learn with each other, we learn from each other, and we also socialize a lot together. And in a small community, you may have heard this when you were applying here, but I would frequently share this story. One of our students told me, one of the things about Bishops is, if you break up with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you're going to see them crossing the bridge the next morning. So you're just going to have to deal with that. That's part of what growing up is, right? Is to navigate the social situations that we have. And one of the remarkable things about Bishops, as I think you already know, is that we have one of the most diverse student bodies in all of Canada. So we may not be a big university, but we come from more places with more divergent backgrounds than just about any other university in the country. So the community that we are is a really unique one. And the message I want to continue to reinforce is that you have so much to learn from each other. So, you know, human nature being what it is, you will form a circle of friends, and that's really important, to have really close friends. But I just encourage you, over your time here, whether it's 3, 4, or 5 years, to make sure that that circle of friends remains really permeable, that you're always allowing new people in, reaching out to new people, sitting down with someone, even if it's in the end of the first year and you think you know everyone, you'll see someone you haven't spoken to before, make the effort to talk to them. You'll just learn a lot from each other, and I think that's one of the great virtues of our institution. So community was one. Courage is well, no, there's nothing I want to say about community. That is, you know, we are an English institution, but we are in a French-speaking city of Sherbrooke, and obviously a majority French-speaking province. And I really encourage you to, if you don't already speak French, to make an effort to learn. Now, il y a combien de francophones dans la salle? So look around you, look at the number of francophones that we have here. And, you know, maybe the word courage is better than the word community in which to deal with this. When I met some of our Francophone students, there are a surprising number of them for whom this is their first time studying in English. That takes a lot of courage. So I'm going to say to the people for whom French is not your first language, make the effort, one, to integrate, to be part of a Francophone community that's here. So, you know what, when you're in Lennoxville and you're at the Provigo or the drugstore, and there's someone who's providing service to you as a Francophone, make an effort to speak French, right? No one's going to expect that your French is going to be perfect, but people appreciate that you make the effort. I would encourage you to, you know, if you have a base in French, continue to take some French courses, or at least in the spring or summer, you know, just take an intensive French course. It would be unfortunate, I think, to be part of this community for several years and not learn the primary language of the society in which you're studying. So language doesn't come easy to everybody, but I think it's really worth making the effort. So I encourage you to do that. And you saw the number of Francophones who raised their hands. I mean, most of them are here both because of the quality of the university, but also because they want to improve their English. So, you know what, you're going to try and speak to them in French and they're going to want to speak to you in English. Well, you know, find a fair balance. Make some Francophone friends who are prepared to help you at least become more conversant in French. I think that's something that you will value for the rest of your lives if you put your effort into it. So, as I said, that was a bit of a segue into courage. You know, again, I speak from my own experience about this. We all care about what other people think about us, and as a consequence, sometimes we're afraid to do some things because we think we may look a little bit silly. One of my greatest regrets, actually, is I never got on the stage and acted in a play. I love the theater, and I should have done it when I was in university, I just didn't do it. So push yourselves, just out of your comfort zone, try something new. So whether it's a social thing or a course, right? I mean, you're all going to have majors, but I think, you know, we're a liberal arts institution. We believe strongly in exposing yourself to other disciplines. So, you know, you're studying business or education, still take a philosophy course, or take a music course, or take a drama course. It may scare you a little bit to begin with, but you will really be well served by it. And the university will be extraordinarily welcoming to students from other disciplines who want to try something new. So I guess the last C was curiosity. We are a learning community, and your professors will teach you the substance of the materials that you're studying. And it's important that you develop a depth of knowledge in one or more disciplines and a breadth of knowledge. But I think if there's one thing that you can take from bishops, I hope it is an enduring curiosity about the world. And I think the best way to make sure that that's the case is to approach every day with that perspective. Just keep asking questions. Asking questions of your professors, not just in class, but when you run into them on the campus, of each other, about things that you addressed in class, things that are going on in the world. Just keep asking questions. I think, there's an expression you've certainly heard about lifelong learning. Those of us who are a little bit older than you will say that that's what's given us the greatest joy in life, is the opportunity to continue to learn. And I think if you lay the basis for that in university, then that will be a permanent part of your life. Much of high school, and I guess to some degree CEGEP, is just absorbing the information that your teacher is providing to you. We're going to be doing that, but we're also expecting you to be critical thinkers. We want you to have your own views on things, to express them, and to do that, you just have to be constantly curious about the world around you. And if you do that, I think bishops will respond by allowing you to pursue whatever interests you develop and making sure that your curiosity is never fully satisfied, and it never should be. So, those are my 3 thoughts. What were they? Community, courage, and curiosity. I don't know if any of you will remember them 2 weeks from now. I'm not sure that I will either. But I wish you really well. It's great to have you here. My last word is just to say to all of you, take care of your university. It is now your university. It's your responsibility to make sure that this is as dynamic and ambitious and caring a place as we all would like it to be. So, welcome and have a great semester.
Okay guys, so I'm just going to do a really quick, be what? PowerPoint change for you. So every time Michael Goldblum speaks, I always find myself taking some kind of message or quote away from him. So it's always really great to hear that. So now I'm going to invite up your Vice Principal Academic, Miles Turnbull, to come and address you guys.
Thank you, Chelsea. So, welcome. Bienvenue. Bienvenidos. Bonjour. You're beginning your new journey at Bishops. So, let me start by congratulating you for making an excellent choice. Congratulations, félicitations d'avoir choisi Bishops University. You'll know very soon you've read it, the recruiters told you about our teaching excellence and our significant and sincere caring about the quality of the educational experience in classrooms and outside them. You'll soon meet a whole group of fabulous, incredibly talented, committed, caring professors. And I take this opportunity now. There are some deans, chairs, and a few professors in the audience, and I'm going to actually ask them to do sort of stand up and say in 10 seconds who they are and what they teach or what they do as part of the academic program. And maybe we'll start with Michelle.
Okay. Hello, I'm Michelle Murray. I'm the Dean of Arts and Science, and I'm also a professor in the Department of Religion. Welcome.
So Michelle, I'll get you to tag the person next to you.
You're it.
Hi, my name is Francine Turner. I'm the Dean of the Williams School of Business, and I am also a professor in a discipline that counts. You have understood that I'm an accountant. So I'm very glad to welcome you. I must tell you that I start tomorrow, so BU is new for me. Just like you, I'm starting a new life, and I'm very excited and thrilled about this. And the more I know about BU, the more I think we have made a good choice. So see you.
You're right, Greg.
Hello, I'm Greg Tuck. I'm the chairman of the drama department. My office is just off stage right down there. You're welcome to come and visit anytime. We do many theatrical productions over the course of the year. The first of which is a New Plays Festival for which auditions will be held this coming weekend. You're all welcome to join in. If you don't want to act, there's plenty of other things to do. Welcome to Bishops. You'll have a good time. Come and see our work and help us make it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Trevor Gulliver. I'm Chair of Education, and in the next couple weeks, I'd like to make time to meet with any of you who need academic advising about your time in education. Thank you.
Are there any others out there that I can't see? But tomorrow, many more will be around during the tours, and of course, when do first day class? When do your classes start? Wednesday. Wednesday. Okay, they've got that down. Wednesday morning, you'll meet a number of all of your excellent professors who work with these étudiants exceptionnels. I also want to mention that we have many full-time faculty members, but we also have a number of part-time faculty members who come and teach one or two, sometimes three courses, and you'll probably encounter a combination of both of them. I invite you, raise your hand if you've been to the library yet. Okay, some of you. Do you know where the library is? Okay, good. Well, during your campus tour, make sure you have the opportunity to identify the library. We have a fabulous group of librarians and within the library who are there to serve and support your academic programming throughout the year. We also have an incredible team of staff across the university that are here to serve and make your experience as positive as it can be. The principal, il a référé à notre petite communauté intime. That's one of the reasons people come and return to Bishops. And I've only actually been here at Bishops now this is the beginning, day one of month 9 at Bishops University. And I come from Canada's smallest province. Any Prince Edward, I know there's one Prince Edward Islander there in the audience. Matthew's out there. Any others from Prince Edward Island? Okay, just a little provincial bias. But coming from Canada's smallest province to one of Canada's smallest universities has been a very special experience. And now after 9 months, I'm really getting this sense why students, 17,000 graduate students, repeatedly say that the small, intimate, liberal education experience is so positive. In fact, in many of the reports you've read about all of this, that students and graduates are giving A+ to Bishops for things like the study and social life balance, to the quality of interaction between students and professors. Chelsea referred to beaucoup d'activités parascolaires. We must take advantage and really benefit from everything this place has to offer that has led to very satisfied students. Our graduates are successful. Here you are on day 1, and already I'm hoping that you're thinking about your future, not only the future orientation week, but what are you going to do as a graduate of Bishops University? We have a very high percentage of our students go on to graduate school. Many of them also join professions like law, medicine, engineering, journalism. We had, as I said, we have now more than 17,000 alumni who are around the world and are engaged in very rich and aspiring careers. And if you haven't had the chance, maybe you've already looked at our website and looked at the types of graduates and types of successes they've had. We have a program that's called Top 10 After 10. How many of you saw that on our website?
I want you guys to scream as loud as you can, and then we will see which division is the loudest. And at the school, that title is an important title for you guys to hold. Okay, so humanities in 3, 2, 1. Okay, social sciences in 3, 2, 1. Okay, natural science and mathematics in 3, 2, 1. I honestly, it was a three-way tie. My hearing is not really good this morning, so I can't differentiate them too well. Pardon me? Yeah, afternoon. Okay, so let me just get my clicker. But just to make sure that we know that you guys are paying attention, because this might be a long presentation, every time I say be what, I want you to say be you. Okay, so throughout I'm just gonna say that, and you better write that. You better say that back to me so I know you're listening. This is important. Okay, so we're going to begin. We did all those introductions, all awesome. Okay, I will also invite our principal, Michael Goldblum. This is a really awesome opportunity for him. Okay, well, he's not present right now. He will return, so I'm just going to skip ahead, and I will speak to you guys. So yesterday, you guys kind of got a brief introduction about what the SRC does, but right now I'm going to actually tell you what the academic team in the SRC can do for you. So it's comprised of myself and 5 divisional senators, which include humanities, natural sciences, mathematics, social sciences, and the School of Education and Business. So basically, we are here for you. We act as a liaison between the students, faculty, administration, so whenever you have any questions related to any kind of academic issue, so calendar, sessional dates, academic integrity, academic advising, we are here for you. We have an open door policy. We actually love to answer all of your questions. So whenever you have any concerns, I really invite you to come stop by our office, sub 118, and we would be happy to help you in any way that we can. Another thing that we have to offer for you guys, aside from just, moral support, advice, is also to hold a number of really awesome academic events throughout the year. So your centers are going to be holding some wine and cheeses, super awesome opportunity for you guys to social network with not only the students, but also the faculty and administration that are related to that division. So it's a super awesome opportunity for you guys just to actually introduce yourself to the prominent people in that division. And your centers might actually even invite community members to your events. So that's an awesome chance for you to actually build a CV, and maybe you might actually get awesome job opportunity just by going to these kinds of events. So how can you find out about these events? Well, I'm going to give the what? I'm going to tell you guys a number of chances for you to actually know what's going on. You can visit our BU SRC website. We post some awesome stuff on there. We have documents, we have lots of helpful information that I'll get into later on. But you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Bishop's SRC. So we've been making great tutorials throughout the summer, how to appeal, how to start an academic club, online registration. Maybe a couple of you watched that one. But they're really awesome videos to watch if you just have a couple of minutes. You can also follow our Twitter account. And yeah, so plenty of opportunities for you guys to know what's going on. Academic calendar. So, how many of you guys have actually heard of what the academic calendar is? Awesome, awesome. So it's actually it is a pretty important document for you guys to know about. If you're going to listen to one thing this afternoon, It's this. Be what?
Be you.
That's not the most important thing. But make sure you read the academic calendar. You don't have to read tonight, you don't have to read tomorrow, but read it at some point because it contains really important information about your program. Especially for arts and sciences, you might find that it's a divisional requirement for you to take a class that's not in your division. And that's kind of one of those things that not every student knows about. So you learn really helpful things about your program, but it also contains really, be what?
Be you.
It also contains, good job guys, it also contains really helpful information just about the university as a whole. So an example, do you guys know what academic integrity is? Raise your hand if you do. So this is going to be a term that you're going to be hearing a lot this week. A general definition is simply when you use somebody else's work, claiming that it is your own and not referencing or citing that work properly. There's a lot of repercussions for this. You can receive a 0 in that project, you can receive a 0 in the course. You could be removed from the university or the course in really serious circumstances, and you have a permanent note on your permanent record. So honestly guys, you guys all have beautiful, awesome minds, and you can produce your own beautiful and awesome work. So it's really something you should look out for and make sure you avoid it entirely. Another thing it talks about is academic appeals. So maybe throughout your time here you'll find that maybe, like a teacher says that you plagiarized, or a teacher gave you an unfair grade, and you think that that's a wrong accusation, and then so there's steps and there's procedures for you to follow if you want to make an appeal. It's outlined there. You can come see me, you can come see your senators if you ever if you come across any kind of situation like that. Another thing is an abuts person. Does anybody know what an abuts person is? Does anybody here have the guts to actually give us the definition in front of everybody? Anybody want to? Yes.
An ombuds person is someone who is the communication between students and the establishment, the school. If there's anything that the student wants to, let's say, complain about or something, but it's supposed to be anonymous thing, so it's somewhere where you can go without being afraid of, let's say, your teacher's finding out, let's say, saying something about a teacher that you might agree with.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Can we give her a round of applause? So, an abuts person is an impartial member of our university who you can actually go and you can discuss these kinds of situations with, and then it's completely confidential. They can also be present in any conversation between yourself and a professor or administration, and they'll act as that impartial member to the conversation. So, be what?
Be you.
Awesome. Okay, so Matt's going to be talking about your rights and responsibilities as a student, but there's also rights and responsibilities for your academics as well. Unfortunately, I do not know this by heart, so I will be reading the slide, but we'll just go through it pretty quickly. You guys will be hearing a lot about it. It's also available on our website, so just go on the Bishop's website. At the search engine, just type in rights and responsibilities. And then you will find Article 2. So you have some responsibilities. You're responsible for attending lectures, you're responsible for listening to those lectures, and you're responsible for being aware and actually responding to academic dishonesty and academic integrity. You also have the responsibility to develop your English proficiency while you are here at Bishop's. A couple of the important rights. You have the right to receive your program information. So when you guys go to your first classes, you'll receive a syllabus. Be what?
Be you.
You guys, I almost got you that time. So you'll receive program information, and you have the right to actually know when these exams and when certain things in that program, in that class are going to be happening. So just to give you a heads up. You have the right to be notified of administrative decisions at the earliest possible date. You have the right to be judged fairly, you have the right to review your work with the instructor, and you have the right to ownership of your own intellectual property. Okay, so sessional dates. Be what?
Be you.
Thank you. So these are just important dates that you should remember. You don't have to jot them down now. Maybe snap a picture with your cellular device because I know all of you guys have them right now. So last day to add, drop, or change sections for fall semester is September 12th. So that means you can drop a class, you can add a class, and there's no repercussions, so you won't be charged for those classes. Second, last day to drop with permission, October 17th. That means that you can drop a class with the permission from your instructor. Only thing is that you're not going to be refunded for the price of that class. Do you guys understand the distinction? Raise your hand if you do. Is there anybody that doesn't? I don't expect you to raise your hand. I would have been impressed if you would have. Okay, so fall semester examinations begin. Just remind yourself to prepare for this ahead of time. You don't want to get caught in that scruffle where you're kind of trying to rush to study and everything. So plan ahead. If you have essays due at the same time, bring them to the Writing Center, which is a place you'll see tomorrow, and they can help correct it. Really prepare yourself for that time. Fall semester examinations end. Can I get a yeah? Yeah! Can I get a boo because you're going to be leaving Bishops? Boo! That's not fun, but you will be coming back. So these are also available on our school website. Academic advising. So this means that at any point during your time here at Bishops, if you have any questions just about your program, about classes, about where you're heading, if you're heading in the right direction, if you're graduating on time, it's really important for you to visit your departmental chairs because they act as your academic advisor. So they can give you more professional advice. But if you're also just looking for student reassurance, stop by the academic office and sub. Our centers are always willing to kind of give you some guidance if they've actually been in that program or in that division. I know when I started education, I had a lot of questions for my center. I just wanted her to reassure that, like it's tough at this time, but it gets better, or there's a lot of benefits to it as well. So take advantage of the opportunity. We have a small school, and you have the chance to talk to your chair, and that's something that you should really take advantage of, and it's something that not every large university actually has. Okay, so career counseling. How many of you guys have just thought like, yo, I have no idea what I want to do when I get older, when I become older? Raise your hand. I still have that feeling. And so if you feel that way, it's important that if you want to take advantage of this opportunity, to visit the career counselor. You can email her, book an appointment, and they can give you a bit more direction. We'll hear more about that when Matt speaks. Student success coaching. So, if you think that you're lacking in some student abilities that you really want to improve on, we have a student success coach, Diane. Ooh, is she in the audience? Can we give Diane a round of applause? So, feel free to book an appointment with her, and she'll be more than happy to help you improve on any of these realms of your student life. So, improving time management. Learning to set priorities, developing motivation, overcoming procrastination, which is something we all need to work on, let's admit that. Eliminating distractions and reducing stress. Be what? Be. Thank you. Okay, so academic clubs. This is a wonderful opportunity for you guys to get involved on our campus, and it's one of those really amazing things that it benefits both your student life but also your personal life as well. You meet new people and it opens doors for you. Matt's going to talk a bit more about LEAP, but you also get LEAP credit for attending these, which looks great on your CV. So, there's already some academic clubs in place, there's social clubs in place as well, but if ever you're interested in starting your own academic or social club, feel free to contact me or Mike if it's a social club, and we would gladly give you the steps to starting something like that. Okay, that's not you guys. So, have you guys looked at your orientation week schedule? Be what? Be. Awesome. So tomorrow we have the campus tour scheduled in the morning. And so basically what's going to be happening is your leaders will text you. They'll say, hey guys, let's go meet up at this location. And then you guys will meet up with your group and they'll help you guide you through the appropriate tours. So maybe whip out those cellular devices one last time and take a picture of this. So each division and each program has their corresponding table number. You will see these numbers again in the quad when you stop by tomorrow for the tours. So just find your table, go visit your tour guide, and then you'll see an awesome tour of both our campus, but also of the academic services we have to offer. So it's a great opportunity. Be sure to attend. And then afterwards at 4 o'clock, you'll be having Dewey's dinner with some of our university professors. The what? Great. Is that all I have to talk about? Okay, so now I will have the absolute honor of introducing your principal, Michael Golden, to come up and speak to you guys. Can we give him a welcome?
Welcome to Bishops. Bienvenue. Bienvenidos. Guanyin. So you're beginning a new journey, and that I'm beginning a new journey as well. In fact, today's day one of my 9th month at Bishops. I come from Prince Edward Island. Anybody from PEI? One person, okay. You're from Murray Harbor. Yeah? And Matthew, I met 2 of you. Anyway, I came to, we'll talk later. Came to Bishops 9 months ago to begin my journey at Bishops. You're beginning your journey at Bishops today. And I know that the next 3, 4, and hopefully not many more years than 4, of your experience at Bishops will be rich and positive ones. But in large part, the experience is in your hands. We've got lots to offer, and you need to take advantage of it all. I want to congratulate you for making the very wise decision to choose to come to Bishops. Some of these things you've already heard about because the recruiters told you. You've read them on our website. But I want to really congratulate you and say that really the place is made up of a community like our Principal Goldblum indicated, and that at the core of that community are des étudiants exceptionnels, comme vous. We do have a lot of fabulous professors. You'll meet some of them tomorrow during your tours. You'll meet more of them on your first day of classes. When is first day of class? Wednesday. Oh yeah, I forgot. Wednesday. Make sure you're there. You'll meet all of them, and they're exceptionally talented, committed, dedicated, caring people. Some of them there are a few in the room. My eyes are not that great, but I'm going to invite those who are in the room just to pop up and say in like 10 seconds who you are and what you do. I see Dean Murray right in the middle there, so I'm going to invite Dean Murray to begin. And then she can tag others that she might see.
Hello, I'm Michelle Murray. I'm the Dean of Arts and Science. So I'm your dean. Your chairs, the chairs of your department, the professors in your courses are there for you to consult with, but so too am I. So if you have any questions about your program, come by and see me. So welcome to Bishops.
I'm Bruce Gilbert, I'm the Chair of Philosophy and a Professor of Liberal Arts, and welcome to Bishops.
I think there may be one other. Oh, no, I'm mistaken. We have professors who work here full-time. We have professors who work and may teach 1 course or 2 courses, and you'll have a combination of full-time regular professors and some who are here just to teach 1 course. All have been are chosen and are exceptional and are really known for their teaching excellence and their caring about students. Mr. Goldblum referred to those national surveys about how well we do and what students tell us about student-teacher interactions. And after just 9 months or 8 months now, I can really attest to the truth. I understand now that this is really real. These are fabulous people. Everyone is here to make your experience the best it can be. The place is made up of more than just professors, of course. We have an excellent team of librarians. Raise your hand if you've been to the library yet. Okay, well, 10% I'd say. Raise your hand if you know where the library is. Okay, that's about 25, 50%. And if you don't know yet where the library is, demain vous allez rencontrer la bibliothèque, pas rencontrer, vous allez trouver la bibliothèque et rencontrer quelques bibliothécaires. It's a place that's top-notch quality, lots of fabulous service, and I know you'll spend a little bit of your time and experiences at Bishop's in the library. We also have a fabulous team of staff across the university who are all here to make your experience at Bishop's the best it can be. What do our graduates do after Bishop's? And I hope you now are thinking of planning. You're probably thinking about the Arcal concert tonight. But thinking about as you begin day one of your classes, very soon, before you know it, you'll be a graduate of this fine institution. Our graduates are everywhere. Many go on to graduate school. Many others go on and embrace and succeed in professions like medicine, law, education, journalism, etc. We have over 17,000 graduates around the world who are engaged in very rich and inspiring careers. We have this program called Top 10 After 10. How many of you have heard about that before? Oh, a couple of hands. When next time you have a few minutes on your hands and you're surfing the net, I encourage you to go and pump into the search engine on our webpage, Top 10 After 10, to see these are exceptional graduates from around the world who are doing pretty special things. Not all of them are millionaires. A couple might be. But from a variety of different fields, it gives you an example, a feel for the types of careers and successes graduates of Bishop's have had. Now, while you're here, I encourage you, like Mr. Goldblum, I encourage you to take advantage of our outstanding liberal education. And that's a pretty important part, a foundational part of what makes Bishop's top-notch, the liberal education experience. That means that yes, you do develop an expertise in depth in one area or two areas, but you also have the opportunity and are encouraged, and in most cases required at least to develop some breadth of knowledge. Like Mr. Goldblum encouraged you to take a course in cosmology and physics, even though maybe you're a religion student, or maybe you're a philosophy student who wants to take math, or a calculus course, or maybe you want to dabble into what's soon to become Canada's first academic brewing science lab, is soon to be established on Bishop's campus. We encourage you to keep your mind open. And maybe you've registered now to study history. Tell you a bit of a story about myself. When I started university, I was getting major pressure from my grandfather, most especially, but my grandpa and my mom, to become a doctor, a medical doctor. So I was doing physics, chemistry, biology, organic chemistry, math, It was pretty boring. Not that that's boring, but I was pretty boring. I wasn't doing much of anything interesting or different. Just following the prescribed program. I wasn't reaching outside the box and doing everything I thought I needed to do to get into medical school, which I thought was what I should be doing, was meant to be doing. 3 years in, I went on a mission with the Red Cross to Colombia, South America, 6 months after the largest disaster, volcano eruption that had occurred in Colombia. And I worked in primary health care. And after 4 months in Colombia, it finally hit me that I wasn't made out to be a medical doctor. I became another kind of doctor. But I came back from that experience and totally switched my academic career path from pre-medicine to French and linguistics. Shortly thereafter, became a teacher, taught high school French immersion, and then became a teacher of teachers and an applied linguist. So my story, I encourage you to not wait for 3 years to explore and really figure out what you're interested in. Maybe you are really interested in what you enrolled in day one, but you would actually never know if you're really interested in something else unless you have the courage to try something different. Principal Goldblum said that I would talk to you about the competencies that we aim to have every graduate of Bishop's University develop. And there are 11 of them up on the screen. I encourage you to look and read them now, and you'll see these recurring, but thinking about, and this is what it's, they're transversal competencies, i.e. general competencies you can develop in any academic subject area. Effective communication, depth of knowledge, breadth of knowledge, analysis, argument, critical thinking, etc. A desire for lifelong learning, creativity, all transferable skills. Because what, in fact, at Bishop's in liberal education, we believe strongly and argue strongly that we're preparing you for careers that do not yet exist in our generation, but will, and you will be well prepared, better prepared than those who study a very restricted, one unidirectional academic program. Chelsea talked about clubs. She talked about academic clubs. Later on, they'll talk to you about perhaps getting involved in the student representative council. Athletics. How many varsity athletes do we have? Raise your hand. Few. Vous êtes plusieurs en résidence. Quelle expérience exceptionnelle. You'll hear later about this theater. There are auditions coming up. Maybe you'll drag Principal Goldblum along to the auditions for this year's play. They're happening this coming weekend. You'll hear more about that later. There are word that's up there. I want to make one of my other hats is, when I'm at Bishop's, is to be responsible, in part, connect to the research world. And I encourage you to think about an opportunity to work with a professor on a research project. And if you get tapped on the shoulder by a professor, and you don't have to get tapped on the shoulder, you can go up and ask the professor, do you have any opportunities for me to get involved in a research project? If you've gone to McGill or the University of Toronto, a large institution, most of the research assistants are master's and PhD students. And undergraduates like you don't often get the opportunities in those large institutions to actually be research assistants in any substantive way. And graduate school and professors tell us that our graduates who go on to graduate school are better prepared as researchers, as budding researchers, than those who come from large, more research-intensive institutions, because you have the opportunity here. Take advantage of that opportunity should it come your way, and it can become a good part-time income source. Maybe you'll never become a researcher, maybe you'll never go to graduate school, but it's an excellent opportunity and one that can help develop some of those competencies that I talked about. Principal Goldblum has talked about going into Sherbrooke, parler français. Maybe you'll go, there's the Eastern Townships, if you haven't discovered it already, and I'm discovering it, a new corner of the townships every day. Some of you may get to Jay Peaks. How many skiers do we have in the room? A few. Those who are not skiers yet, maybe you'll join me on Mont Bellevue, that's just a little hill in the middle of Sherbrooke, although I'm often on my bum, but more often than on my skis. But all kinds of opportunities. As I leave you, I'm going to dare you to dream. Rêver en technicolor. Don't expect, don't settle for status quo, for mediocrity for yourself or for your peers in this community. Dare to hope about prosperity for yourself, your family, and for your future, and for our planet. Vous pouvez et vous allez faire la différence. As you begin this journey today, I encourage you to remember and acknowledge past teachers who've been instrumental in your education and without whom you wouldn't be here. I ask you to remember and thank family members and friends who supported you on your educational journey to date and who will continue to do so, even if they are a little bit far away this time. Please do them proud. And finally, I'd like to honor an inspiring man, an inspiring book and film. The man, Robin Williams, left us this year, tragically and in an untimely way. But he did many amazing things, but he was the lead actor in a movie called Dead Poets Society, which is, how many of you have seen it? Wow. A lot more than the last group, because it was made in 1989. I think probably, well, no, I don't imagine any of you were actually born then. But if you haven't seen the film, take the opportunity. It's especially inspirational for an opportunity to reflect on your new educational journey at this stage in your life. The little quote in the corner, the Dead Poets were about sucking the marrow out of life. I encourage you to do that every day at Bishops and beyond. But I'll close with the following quote. And what you have to imagine is Robin Williams, in some seriousness, which is not always what he did, but in some comedy where he's engaging his students to reflect on and delve into and learn about the dead poets. And he says to them, and all his students are boys, he's in a boys' school, so I've inserted an inclusion of women. These are my own words. They're not that different from you, are they? Same haircuts, full of hormones, just like you. Invincible, just like you feel. The world is their oyster. They believe they're destined for great things, just like many of you, hopefully all of you. Their eyes are full of hope, just like you. Did they wait until it was too late to make from their lives even one iota of what they were capable? Because you see, gentlemen and ladies, they're now fertilizing the daffodils. But if you listen real close, you can hear them whisper their legacy to you. Go on, lean in, listen. You hear it? Carpe Hear it? Carpe diem. Seize the day, boys and girls. Make your lives extraordinary. Bonne chance. Good luck.
So I introduced myself to you guys last night at our opening ceremonies. My name is Matthew Robinson. I'm going into my 3rd year here at Bishop's. I am a big social sciences guy. Do I have anyone from sociology? Yeah, okay, well not that many. International studies? Okay, well there's a few of us. You know what, best programs, so I'm biased. I'm the Vice President of Student Affairs for the Students Representative Council this year. Unlike academic or social, you're probably wondering, like, what does student affairs do? Like, it's kind of vague. And I at first was like, I don't know what it does either. And so I looked it up. I looked it up, it's my job now. So I'll tell you a little bit about it. The Vice President of Student Affairs represents you guys, the students, in all non-academic areas of student life. So I work very closely with our administrative team, our student support services staff. That's an alliteration there. I work with them to make sure that you guys have a positive experience outside the classroom, in residence, make sure you're safe with security, make sure you're healthy with our athletics and recreation program department. All these areas of the school I work with. I'm also responsible for all of the SRC's environmental and sustainable policy as well. So I work with our clean community team who actually goes out after our large events like orientation week to clean up the community every day and make sure that everybody's respecting where we are. So I get to be a part of all of that, and I've got an awesome team of student affairs representatives to help me out with that and really figure out what you guys need and make your experiences good here. So that's a little bit about what I do. As you are Bishop students now, you guys have the rights. I said 2 slides ago, it said your rights, your responsibilities, and your Bishop's experience. So as students, you guys have the rights to all sorts of fun things, and that includes these awesome student services. So just some of them: career and leadership development that Chelsea talked about with Diane Hood, personal counseling, peer tutoring, student accessibility and accommodation services, our campus ministry services. All of these are awesome services that we're going to talk about a little bit today, and that you guys can take advantage of. These ones in particular are all located on the 2nd floor in the sub. So the sub, the student union building, it's the building we're in right now. It's where the gate is. The lounge, Tim Hortons, everybody, am I right? Am I right? Okay, so if you're heading up to Tim Hortons, don't go all the way up. There's a hallway on the 2nd floor. You're gonna find all of these services right there. Peer tutoring, definitely a great service to take advantage of. There's nothing wrong with it. To get a tutor, often people in your classes know a lot more and they can help you more than anyone else. So really take advantage of it. If you are interested in being a tutor, it's a great job to get. It's always nice to help out a friend and you get a little money as well. So that's a great job for on-campus students. What else? Something I forgot to mention here, oops, I forgot to put it in the PowerPoint again, is our LEAP program. LEAP stands for Leadership and Extracurricular Activities Profile. What that is probably the most helpful thing that you're going to get when you graduate, other than that degree. It is a certificate that lists everything that you've been involved in over your time here at Bishop's. We stress getting involved, and your LEAP certificate kind of piles up everything that you've ever done, every club, fundraiser, volunteer, anything that you've gotten involved in. It's there, it's ready to hand to an employer along with your resume, but it's all officially certified by the university. Our administrators have to approve everything that you do. And so instead of a resume that says, oh yeah, I'm the Vice President of Student Affairs at Bishop's, like, yeah, you know what that means. It says like, from, signed by, like all these famous people, and you're like, oh wow, like they actually were this. So, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of? All right, you guys understand me, sorry. Feel free to laugh at me, by the way. Or just laugh at the funny things I say, laugh with me, but laugh at me too, because it'll make this go a lot easier for all of us, just having a good time. So don't hesitate to do that. I'm going to talk a little bit about, or I'm going to have some people come up and talk a little bit about our other services in a bit, so bear with me. Next, okay, ooh, fun. So what else? We've got, those are all the services located in sub. These are a few more: health services, residence life, athletics and recreation, security services that I mentioned. They are located all across campus. Feel free to explore. It's not a very big campus, as you guys have noticed. And they are there to help you out. In terms of residence life, who here lives in residence?
Yeah.
A lot of people, yeah. I lived in residence for 2 years. I've only just moved off campus. I was an RA in my second year, so I have a lot of respect for what the Residence Life team does. Take advantage of them. They work really hard, and they want to make you have the best experience possible, so go and talk to them, and they will do their best to help you out with anything, okay? All right, so I've got 2 people here with me today. It says 3. Unfortunately, I double booked Mike Thomas. He isn't able to be here with us, but I've got 2 fantastic ladies, so if you guys could come on up, give them a round of applause. So I've got the delightful Kirsten Dollar. She can wave. And the also equally delightful Lee Gardner here. They're going to talk to you a little bit about their experience with 2 of our student services. And hopefully, if you have any questions, you can come down to the front after and talk to them. They'll be happy to help you out, or you can talk to me as well. So, who's going first? Lee, you can go first. Stand up.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Lee Gardner. I am a third-year business student here at Bishop's. Today I really want to talk to you guys about the services for leadership development and career counseling here at Bishop's University. Well, my first experience with the career counseling was in first year when I was looking to find a summer job that was relevant to my program. And honestly, what I can say about the experience that was provided to me was so much more than I was expecting. Not only did I get the resources available to me in order to find the job that was right for me within the community, but I also got help with my resume. Like, my advisor completely reformatted my resume with me, helped me with tips and tools and format. And basically, what is so incredible about the student services with leadership and career development here at Bishop's is it's so incredibly extensive. You're not only working on your career goals, but you're also working on your personal leadership development and how it really reflects your ultimate goals in your university career. Second year, I had issues trying to figure out, I'm in business, which business program specifically I wanted to go in because it's such a wide variety of fields. I met with Diane Hood, who is our leadership counselor, and she basically provided me with the building blocks for helping me really determine what my goals are in my university career and how I want to take that further on. She analyzed my skills, she analyzed my personality, how it reflects what I want to do, as well as basically help me develop what I'm interested in. So it's an ongoing process, but I'm getting a step closer. So basically, what I want to convey a message to you guys is really take the time these next 3 to 4 years, learn about yourself, learn about where you want your career to go and how you want your university experience to reflect that. Another thing I want to mention is the leadership retreat, which is an annual retreat that happens once a year, and it's a weekend retreat where you have the opportunity to learn more about yourself and how you can become a leader within your community. And in terms of the process for selecting who gets to go, it's basically teachers and your peers who notices people who want to be inspired and who are looking to inspire others. So get involved, join clubs, talk to your professors, talk to older students. Everyone wants to help you become inspired. So welcome to Bishop's, and I hope you have a fantastic year.
Thanks, Lee. That's your turn, Kristen, sorry.
Hello. Sorry you have to listen to this voice. I will not be back before first week. My name is Kirsten. I've probably seen a lot of you guys out, and I'm going to talk about the counseling services we offer here at Bishop's. So like Matt said earlier, it's just under Tim Hortons, so to the side. So why would you need to go to see a counselor? You could be going through, well, you're all going through the transition from home to university, so maybe you're having a rough time with that, you want to talk about relationships, some family problems, you're having difficulties with drugs and alcohol. All of these are reasons to go see a counselor.
So could you tell everybody actually, a little bit about how booking an appointment?
So if you'd like to see a counselor, you go in there, you meet the secretary, Francine, and she'll give you a piece of paper, you'll fill out your information, and then on the piece of paper they've got checklists. So what do you want to talk about? Maybe they're not all necessary, but just in case you should check some off. And then you'll hand it in to her, and then you can book an appointment. You can book a couple appointments just to get a feel for the counselors.
Kristen, if you're feeling if you feel like you need to talk to someone, when should you do it?
You should go as soon as you feel it. Sometimes with anxiety or depression, you sort of feel it early on. This is when you go, because we don't want you to get to crisis mode and then be feeling stuck or trapped. It's a very safe place. Don't feel, there's been a lot of stigma around mental health, but we're really trying to remove the stigma. And so if you're feeling it, it's confidential, it's safe. You don't really have to feel bad about it because everyone goes through this and everyone is going through the same transition right now.
Thank you, that's awesome. Thank you. All right, thank you to our two panelists. They're going to be down here in the front after our presentation if you'd love to talk to them, so don't hesitate to come and say hi and ask them any questions. We'll keep going. We're going to talk a little bit about Bishop's Health Services. It's located in the same building as McKinnon Hall, so it's just on the other side of the sub. McKinnon Hall is a big residence. There's a red cross that shows you where the health clinic is. The office hour, it's open from 8 in the morning till 11:45 in the morning. It opens again from 1 to 3:45, I have the time written down, 3:45, I was right, in the afternoon. It's open Monday to Friday. Note that the clinic is not an emergency clinic. If you have broken your leg, call an ambulance, go to the hospital. Don't go to the health campus clinic. But if you're feeling sick, or if you are looking to be tested for an STI, like we all should be doing and stuff, go to the health clinic. They will help you out. You can see a nurse. You can book an appointment with one of our doctors who comes on rotation from the community, and you can talk to someone. You'll get the help you need. One thing that I ask you guys to do though, and it's one of your responsibilities that comes along with your right to health services, one of the responsibilities that you guys have as students, is you have the responsibility to cancel an appointment if you no longer need it. So we've had issues in the past with students making appointments, and then suddenly they feel so much better after they've already made an appointment, and then they don't go to see the doctor because they feel they don't need to. Or they just change their mind in general and they don't come to their appointment. So what I need you guys to do, if that's the case, I need you to email or call the health clinic. Just go in and see them and say, sorry, I don't need to see the doctor anymore. That frees up the spot for someone else who may need to see the doctor. It frees up the spot for them, and it means that the doctors aren't wasting their time, and it just makes, it's a respect for everybody else when you do that. So be sure to be considerate and do that. You can bring your regular health card or your insurance if you're an international student. And it's some of the shortest lines in the province of Quebec, so you don't have to wait very long to go and see someone. So definitely take advantage of our health clinic. Security services. Our security team, you guys met Carson last night at opening ceremonies, right? Cool guy, yeah, security, woo. I'll pass that along, and you guys were very enthusiastic. The security team, they are not bad people. They're some of the friendliest people you will meet on staff on campus. Some of the friendliest people you're going to meet. Unfortunately, if you do break the rules, they are the ones who do have to deal with it, so just don't break the rules, because they don't like being the bad guys. They're responsible for parking on campus if you guys have a car, and they are on duty 24/7, 365 days a year. They are always here to make sure that you guys are safe. Okay? If you lose your phone or you lose your student ID card, security offers a little bit of a lost and found, and you can get your stuff back there. For more information on security, you can actually go and see them in their office. It's in the same building as Dewey's, so you can go and get lunch and then go see security for fun. At the bottom, I've got the number there. It's right here. Everybody, I would like you to take out your phone. I know you all have them because I've seen a lot of you texting. You think you're sneaky, but you're not. Your profs are really good at seeing your phones too, so just don't text in class. But I want you guys to add this number to your phone right now. Just Bishop Security. Have it in your contacts so you can call them as soon as possible if you ever need their help. They're just take advantage of them. There's also, if you dial 711 from any phone on campus that's in your residence room or any of the emergency phones, or any phone on campus, you will get a hold of security right away. We also have emergency phones located in all the parking lots where you pay for parking passes. There's actually an emergency phone there that connects right to security, as well as one in their office if they don't happen to be there. So definitely take advantage of security. They will save your life. Hopefully you're not in a dangerous situation like that, but they do a really good job protecting our students and our community. So appreciate them and say thanks sometimes. Ooh, that was fun. Can we do that again? All right, so I talked a little bit about a balance of rights and responsibilities, so I'm going to talk about it a little more. So I wrote that this was the golden rule of bishops. It comes from our university's Charter of Rights and Responsibilities, so you guys should be aware of this charter. You are students, you guys have rights, you have responsibilities, so I need you guys to take the initiative and be aware of these rules. Tell your friends to be aware of them, and say, you know what, like, you have the right to be responsible for this and stuff, and tell them, anyway, that didn't actually make sense. But tell them about their rights and take advantage of them, tell them their responsibilities if maybe they're not being responsible students, tell your friends. But this, I'll read it out loud for everybody to hear. All students have the right to be treated equitably and with dignity and respect. Everybody likes being treated with respect, am I right? Yeah. Yes, I certainly do, I know you guys do, as well as all our staff and our professors as well. But with that as well comes, therefore, all students also have the responsibility to treat every member of our university community equally, without discrimination, in a respectful manner that neither demeans or degrades. Okay? So you guys want to be treated with respect. I ask that you guys be respectful to everybody in our community as well. It's the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do to you. It makes everybody's day a lot better if you're respectful and treat them fairly. Please, guys, familiarize yourselves with the university Charter of Rights and Responsibilities as well as the Student Code of Conduct. We are not here to read it to you step by step. You are adults. We appreciate that if you guys are breaking these rules as well, we ask you guys to be aware of them, okay? So please take a look. They're all on the Bishop's website. We ask that you kind of just familiarize yourself and don't break the rules, because you guys are awesome people. All right, life responsibilities. These are a few ones that I'm going to spell out for you because I want you to be really clear on them, okay? Oh, I skipped the slidey thing. All right, so the first one is check your webmail at least once a week. Everybody here has a Bishop's email, right? Am I right? Yeah, it's your first initial, last name, and a number at ubishops.ca. I'm mrobinson12 at ubishops.ca. Send me an email, yo. That was funny. So check your webmail at least once a week. You don't want to miss out on important information either from profs, from any of our university administrators if you have late school fees or residence fees, or if you've got a ticket or anything, just check it out. There's a lot of information, as well as all sorts of information on events and what's going on. You don't want to miss out. A really helpful thing, if you go to ITS, our tech services here, they're in the basement level, or the first floor of Johnson, our science building. You can actually go to ITS and they will put your email on your phone for you. Makes your life a whole lot easier if you're getting those messages directly. And so definitely take advantage of them for that help. So number 2, check your on-campus mailbox regularly as well. So check your email inbox and your actual physical mailbox. All sorts of things are put in there. Sometimes you might get mail from your parents. I don't know. My parents don't love me, so they don't send me mail, but that's a joke. They do love me. Anyway, sometimes professors will leave you mail as well. Sometimes you'll find a Subway coupon. So everybody loves Subway. Eat fresh. Check your mailbox. Because you might get an important letter from a staff member as well. Also, the third thing, always carry your student ID card and show it to required staff when you're asked for it. Does everybody have their ID cards on them right now? Yes, awesome. Everybody has like a great photo of themselves, right? Kind of? Yeah, no. Don't lie to yourselves. So that student ID card is kind of like a magic pass to everything. On the back, if you read it, it actually says it is the property of Bishop's University, even though it has your face on it. So if security asks you for that card, please show it to them. Often they just want to confirm that you are a student at Bishop's. It really helps them to do their jobs. Another thing that student card is, it is your library card. Having fun isn't hard if you've got a library card. Arthur fans? No. Yeah, okay. So So it is your library card as well, so you need it to take up books or things from the library. Also, new this year, if you have your student card, it is your all-access free ticket pass to all Bishop's Gators sporting events. So you don't have to buy tickets, you can just go in, decked out in purple, and scream as loud as you can as long as you have your student card, okay? So definitely take advantage of that. It's an awesome thing. I hope to see you all out there. I know you already have great purple collections. These shorts are like my prized possession. They're probably a little dirty after the past 2 days, but anyway, I'll do laundry before the week is over. So those are little things that I don't want you to forget. Take advantage of living in Lennoxville, okay? Shameless promotion for Pizzeria Jerry's. Very good pizza. It's a little drippy, but like delicious. Just get a fork and knife. It's great. Really good pizza. And check out all the other stores. Business owners love to see the students in their stores. The flower shop, the restaurants, the pharmacy, the cafes, the bakery. They love seeing students there. They want to know what's going on in your lives, and they want to be a part of your Bishop's experience as well. So please take advantage of them and really just make Lennoxville part of your life. Also go into downtown Sherbrooke, it's not that far, and it really makes your time here at Bishop's a lot better. For your health and sanity though, I say get out of the Bishop's bubble, get off campus and go into town every so often. But with coming and living in Lennoxville, you have a few other community responsibilities as well. So I ask that you show respect to the citizens and business owners of Lennoxville. You guys are now citizens of Lennoxville as well. Pretty awesome. You're a citizen, it's very official. But you want to treat everybody else with respect as well, because they live here year round, and they have families and homes and property that they like it to be in good pieces. So I ask that you guys help to keep our community clean. I ask that you help to keep our community safe. And remember, as others have mentioned before me, that you are always representing Bishops, okay? Any students that we see that are seen in the community, they reflect back on Bishops. That includes your friends if they ever come to visit too. Remember that their actions reflect on our school, so be aware of what they do as well. Right away, I'm just gonna be blunt. Don't break shit. Seriously, guys. Don't light shit on fire. It just doesn't make the community a nice space. Don't break bottles. It hurts poor puppies, their little paws, when they walk on broken glass. So just don't do it, please. It also pops bike tires. It also, like, I walk around town in flip-flops, like, probably not the most sensible thing to wear, but, like, just break broken glass hurts people. So if you see people doing things that they shouldn't be doing, just say, yo, like, don't do that, please. Like, you know what, like, this is, I don't know, however you guys talk, just like ask them nicely not to do it. You know what, explain to them how it reflects poorly on them, poorly on the school, and really negatively impacts the community. So ask that you guys be respectful wherever you are going. What's next? Oh, some nice photos of people having fun and being respectful at Bishop's. See, they're just smiling and really having a lot of fun. Those people, the 3 people there are in the brewery, like the cafe, the coffee shop. There's Wi-Fi there, studying, so taking advantage of businesses and use studying, stuff like that. So just have a good experience here, you guys. It's welcome, and take advantage of everything there's to offer. I'd now like to invite someone pretty awesome who I get to work with here at Bishop's. She's our Dean of Student Affairs, Bishop's alumni herself, Dr. Jackie Bailey.
Thanks, everybody. So as I said in the earlier presentation this morning, it is really awesome going at the end of a very long presentation. How many of you are like hoping she will be really brief? Like we just want to leave. So I will be really brief. If there's one thing you take away, I mentioned it before, we know that you guys are going to retain about 10% of all the information we give you this week, which kind of begs the question why we give you so much. But we want to front load it to give it all to you now, and then over the course of at least the month of September through to Thanksgiving, we will remind you again and send you the information in different ways. If you remember nothing from today except for the faces of these 2 lovely students, Matthew and Chelsea, Matt and Chelsea will have the answers to any questions you have. So truthfully, you don't have to remember everything. You are going to get a ton of information, especially when you meet your professors tomorrow, when you start class on Wednesday. Don't remember everything, just remember them and ask them questions. If they don't have the answer, they can find you the answer. Specific to security, one thing that I wanted to add to that is they have saved students' lives. Not exaggerating, we've had students with significant crises on the campus before, and all of our security officers are first responders. Regrettably, sometimes students see them, and they have the worst job on campus because when our community is drunk, we're really rude to them. And we think that if we refuse to give them our ID, that they're gonna be like, oh, okay, you don't wanna, oh, okay, I won't ask you again. And that's just not the case. Because we're a residential campus community and so many of you live in residence, we do need to ensure that the people who are on our campus belong here. So when they ask you for your ID, even if you know it means you are going to get a ticket, if you refuse, it escalates the situation. When you refuse to ID, they don't just let you walk away, they continue to pursue until they get your ID. If you continue to refuse, they have to phone the police. Because then we actually don't know if you're part of our community or not. And if they have to phone the police to get your ID, it just escalates it for you so much more than it needs to be. So in the event that you're there or one of your friends is there and you're kind of giving them a hard time, please intervene and be like, buddy, give your ID, they're just trying to help. It always goes a lot better after that. As the Dean of Students, I'm also responsible for all of the non-academic student conduct. So in the event that there's an issue with students' conduct on campus, you'll probably have a meeting with me. You just need to come, book an appointment, and we'll talk about the situation and find a mutually agreeable way through it. Raise your hand if you or somebody that you know has struggled with anything related to mental health, anything. So if you look around the room, most people's hands are up. After graduating from Bishops with a degree in psychology, I went on to get a graduate degree, a master's and a PhD in psychology, and to become a registered psychologist. I worked a lot with youth and a lot with people in hospitals. And so I know, just by my own experience and from the research, that at this particular time in your lives, it's incredibly normal to experience things like depression or anxiety, homesickness, just curiosity about who you are and what are you becoming. And we are in a community, like many undergraduate institutions, where experiences with drugs and alcohol, high-risk behavior, peer pressure is just normal. So we can help you, but only if you tell us. So there's a ton of people on this campus who are trained in mental health first aid that can absolutely help you, your roommate, your friend, if you're struggling. Please don't stay silent. Another thing I just want to make really clear is that every single person in this room learns differently. You all have a unique learning style that is yours. Some of us learn in a way that seems common. Other of us learn in ways that are very unique. And so the Accessibility and Accommodation Services Office is for some of us who maybe need time and a half to write our exam. We need a quieter place. We need some different technology that will really help maximize how we learn. When I was in the Faculty of Education at the University of Alberta, one of my professors had up on the wall a sign that said, if students cannot learn the way that we teach, then we need to teach the way that they can learn. We all have incredible capacity for learning. Sometimes a traditional teaching style just doesn't fit for us. And that's not your problem, that's the problem with the educational system. So we're gonna work with you to find the best strategies forward. If you have a learning style that might require some accommodations that aren't being made in your classroom, please come to our accommodation and accessibility services. You can also go to the health clinic because our new manager of health services, Marco Bianchi, is now responsible for the management of that. But come early so that we can put the supports in place so that you can be really successful. Two last things and then I am going to finish. Frequently, first-year students have a great time at Bishops. Who was in the quad last night at Gator Gardens? I was there. Who was maybe a gamers club? Yeah, I didn't drop by yet, but tonight I might go. Who is going to go to the concert tonight? You betcha! Or maybe the movie night or some of the other clubs. We have activities all the time. There will always be something for you to do at Bishops. And usually students will go home around Thanksgiving and then they come back and panic because they realize they've spent the first 6 weeks of school having a lot of fun and maybe they skipped class, they haven't, studied as much. Some of them haven't even bought their textbooks yet. And then they get back and it's the middle of October and the panic sets in because you've got like 5 weeks left of class. It's a much shorter academic term than what you're used to in high school or SAJAC, and there's not a lot that any counselor, prof, me can do to compensate for the fact that you didn't go to school for the first 6 weeks. So, the counseling appointments like skyrocket after Thanksgiving, but I mean, there's not a lot we can do. And it's a terrible place of panic to be in if you realize you haven't been going to class. So please, they start Wednesday, go to your classes, do not skip, ask questions in class, immerse yourself as much as you possibly can. And then finally, how many of you attended the Can I Kiss You presentation yesterday? Most hands are up. Some people have asked, it's the first time we did bring it to Bishops, not because we necessarily have a huge problem with sexually inappropriate behavior on campus, but because we know that the research tells us that when sexual assaults occur on university campuses, the vast majority occur within the first week of school. That's because most of you don't know each other yet. There's a lot of peer pressure. You're trying to fit in. Drugs and alcohol are involved, and you just don't know each other, so you don't really know how to have those conversations. And so because we know that they usually occur in the first week of school, we tried our best to mitigate that as much as possible to give you as much information as we could yesterday, like your second day here. So if you take one thing away from that conversation, or two things away, I think one would be that if you're impaired with drugs or alcohol, you're at a much greater risk of making poor choices. So just manage that a lot. I'm not saying, don't use drugs or alcohol. I'm saying you really need to recognize that when you do, you put yourself at a significantly greater risk for poor choices. So just be careful with that one. And secondly, if all of us took collective responsibility for each other, you would then have 750 first-year students looking out for you. And you as well would be looking out for all of them. So we're responsible for each other in this community. We do call it a home. Having been an alumni now for almost 2 decades, I can tell you this is still like home to me, and my best friends are still those people I went to Bishops with. So please take responsibility for the other people that are sitting beside you today, that are in your orientation week groups, that live in residence with you. We want it to be an awesome community, and we want it to be a safe community. If you ever have any questions for me, don't hesitate to find me. I meant it when I said it. I think I met you guys 2 days ago already. We're easily accessible. You will see me, the principal, your VP academic, faculty members around campus all of the time. Never hesitate to walk up and say, "Hi Jackie, I heard you speak, I have a question." Never hesitate. We'll bend over backwards to help you. So you guys write the EWP today, don't you? Yeah. Woo! Who doesn't love an exam on like your 3rd day of school? It'll be great, but anyway, everyone needs to go through it. I need to go through it, so good luck with that. Please make sure you meet your faculty members tomorrow. They're so excited to meet you and attend your first class on Wednesday. And I'm hoping to see you tonight at one of the events we have going on. So welcome.
Thanks so much, Jackie. We're going to let you guys go in just a second. Chelsea and I just wanted to show you a photo of us because we're so pretty. Anyway. No, but we want to talk about joining our SRC team. I know we've touched on elections a little bit. There's actually 2 spots available on my team as on-campus student affairs representatives. We also have 1 position available for an on-campus student events coordinator. I actually filled that role in my first year. It was a great experience. I love getting involved in the SRC, and now I'm up as one of our executives. So definitely, if you guys are interested in getting involved in the SRC at all, definitely come stop by our offices in the SRC hallway in the sub with all the purple doors. We'd be happy to help you answer any of your questions. As Jackie said, come and find us for anything. We'll do our best to help you out. But there's the information for elections. We'd love to have you come out, and you'll be getting more information about that in the next little while. So best of luck on the EWP. Thank you guys so much for bearing with us this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your orientation week and your first day of classes. And remember to be respectful and be proud of your community. Welcome, Bishops.
Be what?
Be you! Be what? Be you! Be what? Be you! Rock on. Peace.